In 1992, Walt Disney Animation Studios released Aladdin, and it was the fourth film produced through Disney's second golden age or renaissance of the 1990s. In the film, one of the pivotal characters is Genie, whom is a magical being that grants Aladdin 3 wishes. Through the course of the film, we're told as to what it pertains to what they can and can't do, and how they correlate to the wishes. In the Aladdin animated series produced from 1994 through 1995 for a period of 3 seasons, which in Season 2 Episode 6, Some Enchanted Genie, introduces the orphan child of Dande, as through events in the episode the child releases a female genie named Eden, as Genie is instantly infatuated with her. Throughout the course of the episode, Eden has mutual feelings towards Genie, but Eden grants 2 wishes to Dande and accidentally uses the 3rd wish as phrase that Dande wishes that the both of them would always be together. Genie and Eden confess their feelings to one another, but Eden tells Genie that Dande is a homeless girl and that she can't just leave her or abandon her. Genie understands this, and both make a promise to reunite together after Dande dies of old age. What was interesting about Eden as a genie is that she often found ways to bend or break the quote-unquote rules about genies using their powers. In the film, Genie himself was very strict with using his wishes or powers with Aladdin in the feature, but Eden is very flexible with her powers in the cartoon. And a prime example is that Dande wishes for a simple piece of food, but Eden actually modifies the wish so that Dande would never go hungry again for the rest of her life by giving her endless food when needed. Eden and Dande appeared again in this series for a second time with the Season 3 Episode 3, The Book of Khartoum, which slightly expanded further the relationship between Genie and Eden, but the character of Eden was very much needed as it helped to expand the lore and information about genies in the Disney film universe. Reactions to the character of Eden and Dande were welcomed by viewers in the fact that it reinforced the concept first mentioned in the film that there were poor citizens in Agrabah even after Aladdin had married into the Sultan's family by becoming Jasmine's husband, the future Sultan of Agrabah. But it was also tragically sad that how, due to life, Agrabah was very harsh for most of its citizens, especially on the outskirts of the Sultanate. Eden had to protect Dande for the rest of her life, as she mentioned that to Genie, which was the main reason why the two of them could not be together, as Aladdin had mentioned to Jasmine and the Sultan the living conditions of the poorest residents of the Sultanate of Agrabah as mentioned, but there was tragically nothing that could be done about that. Fans were somewhat neutral in it being an official continuity, as most only knew of the main film, and a good amount of fans did not necessarily know of or care for the animated series. Sometimes a character can be forgotten because even though they added to the story of other characters, not everyone knew about it.